one red, pour out the Jameson for ancestors to swig.
You rescue me yet again. You put me first everywhere. You make me feel better than the mother dudes. You rescue me yet again. You put me first everywhere. You make me feel better than the mother dudes.
Thanks for tuning to the Black Fathers Initiative of Cleveland YouTube page. Really appreciate the love. Make sure you guys click the link in the bio, like, subscribe. You know what to do. So we back with my guy, R.I.P. the Godfather, Kevin Samuels. This one is something that I didn't catch too many of these, but this is actually somebody who called in before, and I guess she's like, telling him what's going on or what has happened since the last time they talked. And it gets kind of crazy because he really lets her know, like, you tripping, like you out here, and you this is why you women end up, some women, not all women, end up single and alone. So let's check this out and see what he's talking about.
Have you been on here before?
Yes, I have.
What's the update?
I'm learning to be a submissive wife and to know that my husband...
Wife?
Yeah.
You're married?
I'm the one who was like, I'm married and I want it.
You're the one who was trying to get rid of your husband to go back to the other high-value man.
Yeah.
I got a good memory.
Wow.
Did your husband see that show?
Yes, he did.
What was the conversation?
He said, it's like, how can you embarrass me? Do you want to be with me? And do I make you happy? Do I give you enough? And he is enough. It's just I didn't realize that.
Okay. After what did you say to him?
I said I was thinking about my ex because he is high value and he was just closer to age. But with going on to that story, my husband, he intervened from me marrying my ex. So it was like something to say, I guess he won to get me. So I'm just going to stick with.
Since our conversation, have you had any therapy?
Yeah, I am in therapy every month.
Okay.
So I do that. It's just what I need to do is I just have to stick with one thing and stick with one person because I feel like my energy when I do meet men, that it's just a different way. I don't think my beauty gets that much attention, but
it doesn't matter what attention you get from other men, ma'am. You're married.
Yeah, I am married.
Right,
yes,
right.
I am married. Like, I'm not in a box. Like I still have to talk to people as for business.
But that's not attraction.
Right.
But if you're a salesperson, like there's something that has to be first being, oh, I want to buy it, and it has.
Come on now. Who are you talking to?
What is he talking about?
Okay. Why do you need to be appealing to other men physically?
You know what? I'm just gonna jump in here right quick. I would say, I don't. This young lady just sounds like a lot of the women who I think, are in relationships and sometimes are married. And, sometimes they go through their ups and downs. And I feel like women, personally, I feel, this is just my opinion, that some women, they don't like boredom. They don't like being bored. They don't like, not having anything to do. And I think that's more of a personal thing with the female because maybe they're not used to being by themselves. Maybe they're not used to loving themselves, and you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. But sometimes, women, when they get bored, they start, feeling like, there's more out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be out here taking trips and doing this with this guy and doing that, and and when they have a man at home who is actually taking care of business, actually doing the things that a man is supposed to do to take care of a household, but because he may not have the extra funds to do things like you may want to do things, and when I say that, I mean like women like to travel, right? And a lot of women, if they're dealing with, a man who makes a lot of money, or they're dealing with a drug dealer, because most of the time it's either one or the other, a drug dealer or a man who has, I guess a lot of money, who can just get up and take a trip, right? Who can just say, hey, babe, I want to go out of town. Let's go out of town this weekend, and y'all want to fly out of town, and y'all just kicking it, doing whatever. I know women love those type of things, but depending on what type of relationship you have and what type of man you have, most men aren't financially in a position to just call off work and take a flight out for the weekend, as well as most men have to pay for it themselves. So that means I'm paying for 2 plane tickets, I'm paying for a hotel room, I'm paying for a rental, I'm paying for a lot of things. If I have a job and I'm not, making, 6 figures or anything like that, then 9 times out of 10, we'll probably have to save up for this trip. We might have to budget for this trip. Shit might get boring for a while we're saving up for this trip. But it's the fact that we have to save up so that we can do what we have to do. I've seen my parents a lot of times when they took trips, unless it was, until like my father retired and stuff like that, then they was taking trips where they could just, we out of town next week. Oh yeah, we're going to be out of town. They was taking a lot of trips then because first off, they were retired. My father was retired, and he had got his, retirement stuff, his retirement money and things of that nature. So he had money where he could just make the phone call and take the trip. But before that, before he retired, trips were planned out. You know what I mean? Like, all right, you want to go to Florida, you want to go to Miami, whatever. All right, well,